Hey guys, Urban Combat Survivor here. This video is just an explanation on why I'm making a couple of videos that are coming up. I'd never owned a gun before a few months ago. I didn't grow up in a house of hunters or military personnel. My best friend is military, and I know another really good friend of mine is into guns, really into guns. But I didn't have any knowledge other than the crap you learn in video games, which is basically useless knowledge. I didn't know anything about it, and when I started looking, it's intimidating. I didn't want to ask my buddy that knows all about it, just because, the amount of information that comes back from someone that really knows about it, it just overwhelms you. And you don't want to feel like a retard asking those questions like, well, what's this mean? What's that number mean? Like, so you go to a gun shop, or you watch these videos on here, and you see these guys, they just do everything real fast, and, they're opening it, and they're showing you to clear the chamber and all this other stuff, but they're not explaining it slowly for people who, like me a couple of months ago, have zero knowledge. I feel confident in the knowledge that I have now. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a series of videos on what I've learned and why I've made the choices I've made. Right now, I have two weapons. The first weapon I picked up was a 12-gauge shotgun. The second weapon I picked up just a few days ago now is an SKS carbine. I will explain exactly from the perspective of someone who just weeks ago knew nothing why I chose what I chose, because I know you don't want to look like an idiot, so I've looked like a retard for you. I went in and I asked the stupid questions that you don't want to ask for you. I'm going to try to explain what all the little numbers you see on ammunition mean, because when I was trying to learn this, I could find nothing, no resource, no website, no anything that really explained what the numbers mean on the ammunition. What do the numbers mean on the guns? I understand there's a thing called a caliber, there's a gauge for shotguns. Okay, yeah, but what exactly does that mean? So I'm going to try to explain it in a way that you new guys, if you already know a bunch of stuff about guns, these videos will be a waste of time for you. But for those of you who didn't get a weapon, I put off getting a weapon for a long time because of that intimidation. Because I didn't want to look like a moron going into a gun shop, and I can't even do, the stuff where, these guys go in there and they bring open the vault, they're looking in, they're doing this stuff. I didn't know how to do any of that crap, and I didn't know. I now know that a lot of people do a bunch of stuff just to look like they know something, but some of that stuff actually there's a purpose in that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain to you what I've learned. I'm going to show you very simply how things go. That thing I just did right there, I couldn't, the first time I picked up a shotgun, I couldn't get that thing to move. I thought, man, am I weak? Like, I'm 6 foot tall, and I'm a pretty big dude, and that thing won't. Well, I didn't know there's a little release button that makes it slide. I didn't know this. Well, because the safety's on. I didn't know any of this stuff. Yeah, we know guns have safeties. What is it? If you picked up a pistol tomorrow, if something happened and you picked one up, would you know how to turn the safety on or off on it? I wouldn't have. If I picked up a shotgun, I would not have known. I'd have frantically looked until I found something that looked like, oh, yeah, that might be it. And hopefully I wouldn't have gotten shot in that time. But, so I'm gonna share this stuff with you guys. I'm going to explain exactly the processes I went through to learn this stuff, so that hopefully, if the only reason you haven't picked up a primary defense weapon is that intimidation and that fear of looking like an idiot, I hope I can demystify this stuff for you, because really, all those guys that throw all those numbers at you and all that stuff, it's not that intimidating. It really isn't that complicated. That's a pet peeve of mine, because I'm a computer programmer, and You know, I come at it from a blue collar, working with my hands background. Then I get into the computer field and I realize all these guys that are throwing all this crap at you when you talk to these computer guys, they're just trying to talk to you like you're an idiot. They're trying to intimidate you in some cases. In other cases, when you're in it, you're so used to these terms that you just toss them out. And I think, so some of it is these gun guys, they're so used to these terms and talking with other people who understand them that they just toss them at you. And they don't even realize. Some of them do it to intimidate you specifically because they think they have something over you in this knowledge. I'm not that guy. I don't feel I have anything over you other than I actually went and read some stuff about it and I was willing to look like the idiot for you. So I'm going to share that with you. I hope it helps some people out. If you have like basic questions and don't feel intimidated to send those questions to me. I mean, no matter how basic and stupid you think that is, I didn't know it 2 months ago. I had to learn it, and let me tell you, finding basic information out there on the internet and that kind of thing, even if you ask some people, where can I go to learn the basics? They'll send you to a website like, oh, this breaks down all the basics. You get there, and it assumes you already have certain levels of knowledge that I didn't have, and that some of you might not have. So I'm going to start at nothing. You don't know jack, which is where I was. And I'm going to hopefully be able to use these couple of videos to bring you up to speed so that, one, you'll then have the confidence to go to a shop and pick up a primary defense weapon now. Because the intimidation factor is gone, you know a little bit about it. And two, try to help you make more realistic choices. I've seen a lot of advice out there that at this point I really disagree with. I'm not going to specify anyone or anything, but I've seen a lot of advice that I really disagree with. And also, since my channel here is really about urban or populated area survival, some of the things that I'm going to suggest, or that I came to, I'm not going to really suggest much. I'm just going to convey the information to you. But the choices that I came to are based on that mindset that this is urban. This is a lot more close quarters and a lot more people and a lot more to worry about. So if you guys have any questions, shoot them at me. Please try not to overwhelm me with them. If you if I don't cover a specific thing in one video, if it doesn't pertain exactly to what was in that video, I'm trying to keep it. I'm going to try to make these short, quick little clip videos that you can just watch, 2 or 3 minute video and come back with some kind of basic knowledge that is actually useful to you if you have none. So I hope I can help some people out with this. And I'm approachable. I may look like an ogre, but I'm approachable. If you have a question, toss it at me, man. I'm willing to help out. I'm willing to share what knowledge I have. So, Urban Combat Survivor, signing off.